Welcome to Lesson 11 of the Swift Fundamentals with Bob and Volper. In Lesson 9, when talking about tuples and sets, we discover the power of Swift operator by learning about ternary operator, which replaced the typical else-if statement. In this lesson, you will discover a little more operators that exist in the Swift programming language and also recognize them and use them as necessary. So let's get started. Alright guys, welcome to Intro to Operators. Here's a problem: write less but produce more. Well, when it comes to programming, my fundamental philosophy revolves around write less, do less, but produce more. Put the least amount of input but produce the maximum amount of output, such as generics and also protocol programming using extensions. So throughout this entire course, you'll probably not going to see any what I call poop code, okay? I cannot say bad words in this course, but you're not going to see any poop codes, okay? Write less, but produce more. An operator will do. So what is an operator in the first place? Well, operator is nothing more than just a symbol, right? Plus, minus, those kind of symbols, symbol for functions. Well, there are a couple function symbols that you're using already. For example, you might have seen the unary operator. Uni, right, means one. Operator, when you add this bang right there, you get the opposite of true. So when you have bang right here, you get the opposite of false. Okay, this is an operator. This is a function built by Swift engineers. And also we also use some binary operator. Binary operator means two things are working together in between, such as plus, equal equals. It returns true, returns 3, returns 0 probably, right? And 0.25, right? And these binary operators. But last time I introduced a little bit about ternary operator. I think it's ternary operator. Let me just Google right now. Sorry, my bad. Ternary operator. Operator. I think the last time I wrote tertiary operator. So ternary operator. Yeah, because I wrote ternary operator on my lecture notes. Somebody mentioned Alex, I believe. So what is ternary operator? Ternary operator, you're working with three things. Ternary operator, I believe this is the right use. Ternary operator. Okay, so what is ternary operator? Well, I'm going to give you your past, how you did in the past. Well, you can write a typical else if just like that. In the past, I introduced you to briefly about ternary operator. If it's false, then run this block. If it's true, you run this the first block. If it's false, print no block, right? That's what we did in the past. But ternary operators, what they allow you to do is, well, you can do something like this in single line of code, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Well, you can argue that you can write something like this, right? But it goes against the convention of the Swift language styling guide. But what ternary operator is, you enter this conditional statement. And see, hey, if it's true, if I can drink is true, or I print the first statement, execute the first statement. If it's false, if I can drink is false, print no right there. So right now, I can drink is false, it's going to print no. But if it's true, here it comes, you may enter. So so this is an operator created by default operator, created by the Apple engineers when they decided to create this language. Okay, sounds good. So I'm gonna give you one more example with ternary operator. Yeah, just ternary operator. So what last time we did was add even numbers, right? We did last time when it comes to tuple and sets. Right, this is what we did in the past. But you can also do something like this. Of course, it doesn't look that readable. But still, it gets the job done. So do this, returns true or false. If it's true, then do this part. If it's false, do that part. Okay. Well, last time I said an operator is symbol for a function. Well, in later chapters, in the last chapter, you'll learn how to create your own custom operator. So when you do something like this, right? And for example, you do something like this, returns 8. When you do this, returns 16, 532. you can create your own custom operators. So you'll discover how these operators are created and later down the road. So by just in this lesson, as you know, this is just intro to operators. I just want to get you to know that just an operator is symbol for functions. Okay. Well, that lesson is pretty exciting. So just wait for me a little bit. You'll get there soon. So there's a default operator for unwrapping optionals as well. Very nice and easy. So let's say we have age and also nil. So sometimes when you log in to sign up for social media, they ask you to enter your age. Hypothetically, if you don't enter age, let's say your default age becomes 20. Well, if you want to make an else if statement, you probably have to do something like this. If age is not nil, then the final user age, let's create an object, final user age, right? Int 0 this way. By the way, if you do just int 0, it creates 0 right there. But I just want to show you guys. Well, you probably would do something like this, but you could also do this way. If the age is not nil, that means equals nil, that means true, right? If it's not nil, then final user age becomes what's the final user age? Come on, is age exclamation mark. Well, here's the thing. In this case, it's okay to use exclamation mark. Why is that so? Because here you kind of checked it, right? If it's nil, then you're gonna go to the default state, which is final user age become default age. But when it comes to this case, you don't have to use safe unwrapping. So you can just simply use age exclamation mark because you checked it already right up here. Okay, so sometimes when it comes to coding, there's no black and white. Sometimes you kind of go by the flow, how it kind of fits in the context. So there's no reason for you to use if let right now, right? If let age, right? Because you already know that age will never be nil. Okay, but still, this is kind of long, right? For 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you don't like that, right? I want to make it short, right? Our goal is to what? Write less, but produce more. So how do you go about this? Well, we call it non-nil cleansing operator. That's the name of it. Just a something operator. I call it unwrapping operator, short unwrapping operator. Doesn't matter how you call it. So what they do is age has to be an optional type. Okay, right now, as you can tell, age is an optional string, right? Optional int, and on the right side is default age, which should be normal int. Okay, you have to put a normal one, and the left side has to be optional type. And this thing allows you to do this simply this. Hey, check whether age is nil or non-nil. If it's nil, then simply use the default age value. Or if it contains non-nil, for example, age is 10 optional int, then simply use unwrap it and use with assigned to a final user age. Okay, so you can do this kind of typical else if statement to a single statement, just like that. So anything with easy, we're gonna use a lot of nil cleansing operator, as well as ternary operator throughout the entire course in the next course. But today, in this course, is about getting the fundamentals and how understand why use operators. Well, throughout the course, I'm giving a lot of practical examples. So when you are making your own application, I hope you guys always get the fundamentals of why we do certain things. And as long as you understand the fundamentals, if you know the why, there's a quote actually from this one I'm using, which I'm using called Man's Search for Meaning. In this book says the author says a man or woman knows why can survive through any how. This is a book about a Jewish concentration camp. He survived through that concentration camp, and he survived through because he knew the why. He wanted to be a doctor. He wanted to see his family. So as long as you know the why, you'll find the how. Okay, I think the same thing applies. This book has changed my philosophy when it comes to learning. So as long as you know the why, you'll find how. Okay, so that was it. I'll see you guys in the next lesson. And keep learning, and if you have any questions, comment down below right there, and see you guys later. Boom, that's it. They're very powerful, aren't they? But I have to tell you one thing though, is that you've only scratched the surface of Swift operators. In chapter 10, you'll learn how to create those custom operators on your own. Again, I'm not sure how many of you guys will see there. It's pretty far away, but I wish I could see you later. So let's keep going and see you in the next lesson.